Greetings, welcome to the top of the Osaka Expo 2025. This is on the top of the Grand Ring here. You can see if you look down there, the mascot, the Myaku Myaku, everyone likes to take their picture in front of him or it. And over there, just to the right of it, you have the big Gundam, this is Japan's defense should it ever fall in war. The Gundam mobile suits will be here to protect the homeland. That's right there. This is the west exit or entrance. And I'll be talking a little bit more about this side. I was here last month and made an episode on it, and I was quite disappointed with my experience. This is the west exit, just so you know. I was quite disappointed with my experience here at the Banpaku or Expo, and I thought I would give it a second chance here. And this is the second chance. And I have to say, I'm equally as disappointed as I was the first time. There's just I don't know, that's not really fair. I think for everybody it's going to be their own experience. And I think the first time I was just blown away by this ring. Now this is the most impressive thing of the entire expo to me, because it's just, you're walking around the entire place in a circle looking inside of all of these pavilions. And a lot of the countries, as you can see the wooden ring all around it, a lot of the countries have their own pavilions. Many countries are of different size, but this ring just unifies it all. And you can walk around it, and you can see on the side here, there's the ring. You get up to the top of an escalator or the stairs under the side here, but the Guinness World Records largest wooden architectural structure is impressive, and that to me is just the coolest thing. And that was my takeaway the last time. And you can see I'm above it, kind of walking around it. On each side, the east exit and the west exit, you can kind of merge up and get a bird's eye view from the top here, or you could just walk around in the main fairway, I guess you could call it. And there's an escalator right here that'll get you up to the top. And that escalator is also really impressive. It's beautiful to see. My take was like the old with the new, this really neat escalator with this wooden structure that reminds me perhaps of like a old Edo castle or Kiyomizudera made of all that wood in Kyoto. Kind of reminds me of that experience there with an escalator. So it's kind of this unique, I think it is really unique. And I'm making an episode on escalators. Some of it based here in Osaka for reasons maybe some of you know and some of you don't know. In fact, I think not a lot of Japanese know about the episode that I'm making right now. Look, there's some sort of artistic piece right there on the side there. Lots of little Easter eggs around the expo for you to find. But if we have some time, I might take you inside and you can see that the wooden structure here. But the reason why I'm here, how you doing? The reason why I'm actually here is because over the last month I've been telling people I'm gonna sign up for the postcard club and I'm gonna send it here from the expo, and I did. I traveled for you guys. I traveled all across Japan from Tokyo to Osaka to the expo at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I got here and I sent these off at 10:50 a.m. All those are going out to you guys. Yours is in there if you ordered it. So it's coming right from the expo. It's having one of the custom stamp canceled. The post office will stamp the postcard, and it has a very special expo stamp. You can only get it here at the expo. I like to do little things like that. So shout out to my Patreon supporters. Thanks guys for paying the Shinkansen. I asked for like 25 people because that would pay for the Shinkansen and the trip into the expo. So thank you all for that. And it's kind of cool because when you get that postcard in the mail, you will have been here in a way, also watching this live stream. And Ramsey Silent, yours is on the way. I saw it. It's in there amongst everybody else's. I tried to get it up to yesterday. It's very orderly here. You can see there's a line of kids going by here, so you have to pace yourself so you can make it to the other side. I want to show you now the west entrance and exit. I have some big advice for you if you're coming here. When you go online to the app to get your ticket, you're going to have a choice between east and west entrance, okay? East and west entrance. This is the west entrance. Do not come here unless it's like your only chance. It's your only option. The reason why is because you have to take a shuttle bus. And if you're coming if you have an early morning time, 8 or 9 a.m., make sure you get a shuttle bus reservation. There's so many darn reservations you got to get. Lottery tickets, reservations. It's really a headache. This just adds like 2 more steps to your visit here. And if you don't have a reservation, you have to wait like I did for 30 minutes until 9:45, and then I could get on the shuttle bus without a reservation, and the rest of the day they do it without the reservation. It's an 18-minute shuttle bus ride here, or on the east side you could take Sakurajima subway station on the Chuo line. That is so much easier. But the shuttle bus from the JR Sakurajima station to the west exit is not the best, but it's also the least crowded as a result of it. My advice for 90% of you, try to avoid the west and go to the east, because it's connected with the subway and it's just easier. Now you can go home via east, which is what I'm going to do. But I was trapped with the west, and I almost had to take a taxi to get to here because they wouldn't let me on a reservation bus. And I forgot that you need to get a reservation for the 8, 9 a.m. buses. It's just kind of painful when you think about all the darn steps you got to do to get into this thing. I think they could have made it a little bit more intuitive. Like, just if you've got a ticket to come here, you also got a ticket to ride the bus. I mean, it's a free bus. So now it's empty because it's about 1 p.m. This is also maybe not a bad time to come. There's no reason to come at 8 or 9 a.m. unless you like waiting in line. You're gonna have to wait in line anyways. So I can't understand why you would come too early. It's probably better to stay late. Everybody, look at that play area. Everybody seems to start going home around 3:30, 4 o'clock, and it starts to lighten up, and at night it's even more beautiful, and there's far fewer people here, unless you got like an annual pass. Most people got here early and they leave early, which opens it up for everybody at night. And I've been noticing this trend here. If you come at night, you got a lot more relaxing experience. But I don't know. The check. Let me see if I get some video here. I'm looking for the flying cars as well. Let me bring you into some videos here so I can show you the experience. So here's the shuttle, JR. You have to walk across the street and they guide you over and they say go this way. You have to pay an extra 350 yen just right there at the gate over there. Just keep that in mind. It's an extra cost, which is more than the subway. So it just makes a lot of sense to take the subway. The shuttle buses moves pretty fast, but it took me from walking through here about 12 minutes to get on the shuttle bus, which is quite a bit of time. Then when you get on the shuttle bus, you're gonna go past this building. And that building right up there, that is not Universal Studios Japan. That funky building there is the trash incinerator of Osaka. I know it's one of the coolest things, one of the coolest buildings. And I remember Kevin, Riley, and I, when we were riding the subway once, we were making fun of tourists asking us if that was Universal Studios Japan. We would say yes, and then we would laugh at each other like children, even though we're well above the age of 12. But that is a trash incinerator, and that's the chimney for the smoke, I guess, or whatever comes out. It's got a lot of industrial filters, but like Osaka, they make it really, really comedic. So keep that in mind. That's just a trash incinerator, and you're gonna go past it when you go through here. This is actually, that trash incinerator has been here for a very long time. Let me see if I can pull up. I think I had. Oh, here. Here's a Google Maps of it, so you can see from the sky. It does not look like a trash incineration plant. It's just really cool, like something Salvador Dali made or something, right? So just a little shout out, little inside information that you got from watching this. Be on the lookout for that there. So let me show you. I got some more stuff here. I can show you. This is for the west side, I think this is the main attraction. It's that big Gundam statue that you can see from up here. It is pretty cool. This is the entrance, the west entrance into there. On the east side, there's some other attractions. There's post office on both sides, by the way, but that was a big attraction. After I sent these postcards out to everybody, that took about 5 minutes. There's like nobody inside the post office. I went to my country's my pavilion. I said, if I'm gonna go to any pavilions, I better see my own country, right? It's right next to the France one. This is a little inside note. For the tours in English, I only had to wait 30 minutes, but the wait time was like 3 hours for the Japanese one. But you have to know to look for the English one, and they'll tell you, they said, wait here at 11:30, and the English one will start at 12. There's nobody there. So I just waited about a couple of minutes, and 30 minutes later, I was on this tour. The American Pavilion is pretty cool inside. I'm just going to skip most of it, which is just sort of like this PR thing for the U.S. And go straight to the main attraction, which is just sorry, that's my double chin or single chin now. There's an experience where you are inside of a rocket launch test thing. I think Artemis maybe it is. I'm not sure what exactly it is. Things are moving so fast. I'm just gonna skip to that because they do this countdown. You're in the middle of this. It's much better with the 360 camera because you get a full immersion here. I could have done the Japanese, but why would I? I'm not gonna wait 2.5 hours for this. It's my country. I don't actually pay the taxes here, right? I pay taxes in Japan, but that's pretty cool, right? So it's with the audio and the experience with the lights and everything, it is a very cool experience in the U.S. Embassy, in the U.S. Pavilion, and it takes you to the International Space Station and then the moon. And you know, I think a lot of people, they forget, especially Americans, that how great America really is. We went to the moon, man. No other country can say that they've done that. Like landed people, even though it was 50, 60 years ago. We landed people on the moon. It's pretty extraordinary, some of the accomplishments that we were able to do as a country. And that was cool to see in the pavilion, all of that, including all the beautiful spots that they showed of America. They showed clips of all these, you know, Louisiana, Colorado, Washington, Oregon, Maine, all these places. And of course, Dodger Stadium with Shohei Ohtani. That might have been the big attraction for the Japanese, hitting a home run and like this panorama video, but very cool experience inside the American American Pavilion. I keep saying embassy. And with the ending was pretty sweet here. So they have, like, in the 1970 Expo, they had this, it's the same lunar rocks. These are lunar rocks from the moon. And they had these lunar rocks on display at the 1970 Expo, and I guess they brought it back for the 2025 Expo. Come on, America, you gotta get back to the moon, man. We gotta get back to the moon. And then, but in the videos, they had America going to Mars and stuff, so we're really gonna need Mr. Musk and some star power to get there, if we're thinking in our lifetimes, right? But that'd be really cool to get to Mars. But I liked it, you know. I think it's more of a PR. All these booths are like PRs for each country. But for me, I think that this is the only one I really wanted to go into. Some of the ones in Africa are pretty cool too. They have in the common pavilion, and there's no wait line for a lot of those, which is also real nice. The Canadian one looked like it was made out of a block of ice. And there you go, we're on the outside, there's the American flag and the wooden ring there, the grand ring. It's a pretty big event. Here's what the ring looks like with a lot of pavilions inside. Each country had to pay their own way. Some of them decided not to be here at all. I think Mexico is one that pulled out. The common ones, countries could just have a little booth inside there. I think that was kind of cool. Gives you, like Jamaica had the Jamaican bobsled from the Winter Olympics there. I guess that was their claim to fame. That was kind of cool. But this is also on the back of the postcard. You guys can see some of that. Very interesting experience. I have to say though, like, is it worth it? Is it worth it? And my answer is, I'm gonna take you down over to this side. My answer is kind of no and yes. I think if you're here in Japan, you gotta come once. You have to make that determination for yourself, whether or not this is something that's worth visiting or not. I don't know. It's something that's very historic. So that's what makes it very special. We look back here, I'll show you inside there. We look back at the expos in the past. 1970 was such a big one for Japan because of the era that we were in, the Japanese miracle, the economic miracle, where a lot of innovation, business, manufacturing, a lot of people going to the cities to work in offices. Japan was on the move. It was real bustling time, and that expo was a defining moment in many ways for Japan. You can see there's some sort of garden on the top of this one next to the Belgian one. I smell French fries wafting from the Belgian pavilion. Oh, maybe it's from that restaurant on the top. Belgium, very famous for their beer and their potatoes. Some of the best with mayonnaise and some kind of peanut sauce sometimes, satay sauce. probably from Malaysia. But you look at how crowded it is. You can see some of the ground, but you also see people waiting in line. So there's a lot of lines. The saving thing with this is, look, I'm not going to spend a lot of time waiting in line going to the pavilions, but they bring some of the experiences out. Malaysia, truly Asia. That's their catchphrase. That's one of the most, Malaysia, truly Asia. That's so catchy. Credit to them for coming up with something. They've had that for a long time. But they bring out their pavilion outside and do performances on a stage where everybody can watch it. And I thought that was really cool. See, there's the escalator going up and down again. There's the Serbian pavilion, which is quite large. But I think everybody has to make their own impression. I don't think I'm going to be able to. So I'm gonna walk this way. I'm not talking Aerosmith song here. I'm gonna see if we can even get a signal here. So while I'm talking, I'll take some of your questions. But we're gonna walk along the top of the Grand Ring here, and then like right there, I could take you underneath there, and you can see inside of the wooden part of the Grand Ring here. That's one of the coolest experiences here. I might actually have some video from that already, so I don't have to. I'm just worried because it's hard to find a place with signal that works out. So I'm going to scroll back here while you get a live shot of the expo. Just bear with me. I'm going to see if I can take you inside there from my trip last time. Here we go. This is what the experience was like last month when I walked underneath here. This in itself is, when it's raining or it's just too sunny and you need a break from the sun, a lot of people just come under here. You can walk around the entire event underneath the largest wooden architectural structure made by man in the world. There's the certificates from Guinness, a couple of places, which is really cool to see. But we ate when Kanai was here last month, my wife, we ate our bentos, box lunches from here, and I actually got the food. Let me see here. Let me go back to the live view of the expo here. I'm gonna see if I can pull up some more videos from the last time I was here, just to kind of highlight going back a month here. The store for goods and things like that is really crowded. Just basically, you're going to be waiting in line a lot. So I think maybe the experience more is the ring and walking around. I thought that was in itself a really cool experience here. Oh, okay. So let me pull up some stuff here. This is underneath the ring here with the 360 camera from before. And you know, they're going to turn this into a casino when the expo's done. So, hey, for high rollers, you're still going to be able to see this stuff, I believe. Yeah, you do. Mohammed, you got that right. You're definitely going to need a map here. It's easy to get lost, but if you mark off, when you find a pavilion, if you mark it off, you'll never get lost. So then you remember where you are, and then you'll be able to navigate pretty good in here. Yeah, Osaka approved casinos to be built here, starting I guess soon. But this is the spot. What's cool is you can get lost in that jungle in the middle of the pavilion, and I like that they did that. They made a green area there. And then you're looking at the tops of the pavilions, which will become a history. They're going to tear down all these pavilions when all the pavilions go away and they reuse the spot for something else. So that's all really good stuff here. And there you go. Right now we have these purple flowers that have come out. I'm sure somebody with a green thumb is going to point that out. But it looks really beautiful. And right there is the bridge that you come over with the shuttle bus and the trash incinerator tower, which many people get confused for Universal Studios Japan. Hey, Nightshade Giggle, nice to see you, nice to see you. I'm not feeling that good either. I'm a little sick. I was like, all right, I gotta send the postcards. I promised everybody this is the last day because they might not arrive until next month. So I had to come. I probably should be home sleeping. I kind of had a really bad runny nose. You wear the mask on the Shinkansen, you do what you gotta do. I feel okay, but I don't know. I think I caught something on the plane coming back from Guam or something. There's something going around. I think actually I caught it on the way going to Guam, to be honest with you. Everybody was coughing. Everybody from Guam discovering new viruses from tourists traveling the world. They came back, everybody visiting from Guam went back sick, I think. But it's beautiful up here. Again, my number one attraction, the ring, the Grand Ring. My second one, I guess it would be the Gundam statue and going to the convenience stores and seeing how they do the, did you take the test? Which test? Well, whatever test it is, I probably did pretty good. I probably didn't do very good. If I don't know what it is, I didn't study. It does look really cool. See all the people coming in from the west side. Yeah, there's a lot of people coughing and sneezing on the bus as well. The Grand Ring is meh, in my opinion. Good views, but that's about it. Like, I think the pavilions are meh. You might as well go to Universal Studios. There's no roller coasters here. There's no, there's nothing that really makes you go, oh, wow, you know? And I think that might, maybe I'm missing it because you're looking at the west entrance now, which is virtually empty because after around 11 a.m., it's pretty much no one is coming in, which is maybe the best time to come. There's nothing really that makes you go, wow, and you can't even get into some of the pavilions because you need to win a lottery to get in. And so I think that's the downside to it. The best thing is the ring and just walking around. And if you like walking, like I like Tokyo Disneyland and Disney Sea, I like just walking around more than I like riding the rides, okay? So that's what it comes down to. If you like just walking around theme parks, a place that's historical, that's not gonna be here, you'd be part of an exclusive member of the Osaka Expo 2025, this is the place. But it's not the revolutionary type of event that 1970 Expo was. I'm looking for the flying taxis. I don't see anything. I don't see anything. We'd see them coming from the other side perhaps. Over there you can see there's a bump. That's the east. That's the east entrance, and you would see something flying, but nothing. The admission on the weekdays is 6,000 yen, or about, what is that, $40? Under $40. So it's not that bad if you're coming with US dollars. Again, come by subway. Don't come by JR. The shuttle bus is painful unless you're coming after 11. It's another 18 minutes and 350 yen. The subway is subway, It's just so much faster, and the east is the way to go, not the west. That's my final advice to you. That's my first advice. But the postcards are sent, and they're on the way. And I'm gonna go film some places in Osaka, and then I'm getting out of here, and I'm going home to sleep in my bed. 6 a.m. I left at 6:09. I arrived at Osaka Station at 8:28. I got on the train, and I made it to Sakurajima at 9:22. I couldn't get on the shuttle bus until 9:45, and then I made it to the expo inside at 10:25. So it took, and if you leave early, that also is less crowded on the public transportation. It still took over 4 hours from Tokyo to get into the door at the expo. So there's a noteworthy piece of information. Might have been about 10 minutes faster had I left. Well, I wouldn't have, no, I didn't have a reservation for the shuttle bus, so I wouldn't have been able to get in. And the east entrance is almost always fully booked for 9 and 10 o'clock entrances. 8, 9, 10 entrance time is almost always fully booked because it is the most convenient and the less painful one. You're basically gonna have to wait here, but as I say, just to sum this all up, if you like walking around, it's kind of a cool experience to spend a few hours in here, walk through the center, walk around the loop, look inside the wooden pavilion, the grand ring, maybe have a snack. You know, go into 1 or 2 pavilions if there's not a line. You got to maybe go into your country's pavilion. Yeah, I think it's a pretty cool experience, but if you want to see a lot of stuff, you're going to need more than 1 day if you actually want to go into the pavilions. If you just want to get a taste of the experience, you can come here at 11 p.m. when the crowds are gone at the entrance. Relax, come in here relaxed, kind of lounge or walk around, and wait for the night that goes out, and you probably have the place all to yourself around 5 or 6 o'clock. You know what I mean? Leave your experience, a comment of your experience at the expo down below, so everybody can read it and get some value out of it. And I really do appreciate the feedback. It helps everybody else. But that's been my experience. Is it worth it? I live here. Yes and no. Will I be back again? I don't know. I might be back, but I highly doubt it. But I could be, because I don't know. It's a big event in Japan. I kind of like being here, but I don't care about the pavilions. It's not a without the flying taxis, there's nothing really newsworthy to me, except sending the postcards to you guys so you can feel like you were here too, which is kind of cool. By the way, I'm going to try to send the postcards for July on the top of Mount Fuji, so you're going to get a Mount Fuji postcard in July. So it might be a reason to sign up to the postcard club. It helps make me travel and do crazy things like send the postcards from Osaka. That was my main mission today, and it was accomplished. All right, I'm going home. See it from the top of the expo where I have a signal down there, not so good, but it's really cool. I mean, yeah, walking around and looking at the stuff. Maybe you'll discover something that I didn't here. Mata ne.